Hello, Mike Bradley. Hope you are doing well as always. And I'm in a very, very hot, stuffy room with my secret lovers.
Who's a lucky boy today?
I know. China Guitar Sceptic. We're back together again.
We are. Hey, brother. It's so good to have you here. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you. Well, we've been hanging out for the last 6 hours and we finally decided to actually hit a camera and actually...
We're like a couple of old women. We just chat and chat and chat.
Yeah. And a little Skype with Steve from Boston.
We did indeed have a Skype from Steve from Boston. And you very kindly brought the heat wave with you again.
Yeah, a bit of heat here, isn't it?
Gee, man.
A little bit too hot in a non-air conditioned room.
Yes, that's the one downside to a silent studio.
Yes.
The air conditioning kind of ruins the silent bit.
It does. But to cut to it, I brought along my very lovely Fender Stratocaster, a new one which I've done a few videos on now. I'm sure a card will be popping up if you're ever bored and want to check them out. But after playing guitar, just above your head there, right there, there it is. But after playing guitar for nearly 23 years.
Minutes? I thought you were going to say minutes.
Well, yeah, I started playing guitar last month. But yeah, I started playing guitar in 1996.
Wow.
But when it comes to techie stuff, I'm still... Well, nothing about still, I just don't do it, you know. I've touched a truss rod, like Jonathan Ross. I've touched a truss rod, I think maybe 2 or 3 times in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, raising actions, things like that, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, with truss rods, probably twice.
Wow.
You know, I just play them.
That's it, exactly. You know? Some people build them, some people service them, and other people play them. If you can do all three, that's fantastic. But usually the 3 things don't come together very often.
Yeah, I'm just like, even little things, like, I've never, and I don't know how other people are, like, when people say, oh, look down the neck to see if it's bowed or whatever. Yeah. I haven't got the greatest eyesight, but I can't see it. It's just a piece, you know.
We can resolve that in 2 minutes. I very, very, very rarely look down the neck of a guitar like that. You can eye in whether you've got a forward or a back bow, but I'll show you something really, really simple.
Shall I get a little bit of camera 3 going on here?
Yeah, get a bit of camera 3 going on. You can see the nice hole in the knees of my jeans.
We're going to say something else then. I thought, but no, the guitar's covering that, my friend.
Always goes this way with you and I. What's that all about? Okay, so to check whether or not you've got the right relief in your neck, and this will give you a good idea if it's got a forward or a back bow, it's very simply lay the guitar on your lap, fret the first and last fret, and you should have enough relief between the frets and the string to be able to make the thing ring out if you fret up about the 3rd or something like that. So if you listen to this,
okay,
you can hear that rings out, and it'll work both ends. And also the same on the high E as well.
Okay.
If it doesn't, which we know it doesn't on your Fender, then it means that the neck is either completely flat, so it's allowing the strings, as you put on the first and last fret, the rest of the strings are touching the frets, or it can be even just a back bow on the neck as well. So what I do, and this is a great thing because you don't need any feeler gauges, you don't need very many tools other than a hex key to do this little trick, and you can do it in the middle of a gig. If you've got a guitar that you think, oh, it's reacted badly to the heat, like today, for goodness sake, you can do this, and it's that quick. So literally, all you need to do is check that out. And I always then adjust the truss rod. Now, the way to adjust the truss rod is, and I've got this wrong on a video before, is you look down the neck from the headstock end.
Right.
And to tighten the truss rod, you turn right, righty-tighty.
Right, okay, so like, it'd be like that, right.
And that will put more tension into the neck, so to counteract the strings.
Okay.
Right, so what that will do is pull it backwards. And on a double action truss rod, if you go to the left and you've got the problem that you have where you've already got a slight back bow, you can add more relief into the neck. So that's what we'll do.
Okay. So with what you just did there regarding, so you fret on the 12th.
Yep, fret on the first fret and the last fret.
Yeah.
And then just and you can hear yours is fretting out.
So mine, yeah.
Yeah, so that means that your neck is either completely flat or it's got a very slight backbone.
If I go on the first string, if you do your first string, wow, okay.
And what you can do is you just a little minor adjustments at a time, and in your case you'll need it to be lefty-loosey, because when you tighten it works against the strings, so it's pulling back against the strings. What we want to do is loosen yours off a little bit, and it'll just put enough relief in it. And the great thing is,
so by loosening it, it's going to be
a little bit more of a forward bow.
Forward bow.
So you're adding.
Yeah, because if it's like that, that's a bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're adding relief into the neck. So that's what we'll do. And the good thing is, I always set mine up so that I then tighten the truss rod until it goes like yours, and then just tiny little turns until it starts to ring, and then you know you've got just absolutely the minimum relief you need on the neck, which means it's closer to straight, which means you can normally get your action lower. And actually, I'm gonna give you some advice now.
I don't like low action.
You don't like low action? No, I don't. I like about 1 millimetre to 2 millimetres.
I don't know about size. I just, if it feels right, yeah.
If it feels right, it is right, man. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going to give you something that came to me through Phil McKnight, but came from Ron Thorne, the chief master builder for Fender. Ooh. Okay, and it's an easy acronym to remember because it's simply T.R.A.I.N. And it gives you the right order in which to set up a guitar. And so the T stands for tune. First thing you want to do is tune it to concert pitch, so that you've got the strings pulling as much as they're going to on the guitar neck. So it will be different for each different gauge strings you put on, for example, because a heavier set will put more tension on the neck, and a lighter set will put less. And then the next thing is rod, the R, TR, so truss rod adjustment to add the right amount of relief. That's the other R. So you're adding relief by adjusting the rod. Got ya. The next thing you do when you're setting it up is you set your action. Now you see this one, actually I need to set my springs on this, because actually this was bought,
I'll show you.
Bought years and years ago, and it's never been touched. It's still got the original set of strings on it, because I didn't buy it as a guitar to play every day. So this needs a good setup.
I mean, Jeff Beck would be proud of that.
Oh, Jeff Beck would be proud of that, absolutely. So I've got to get this floating, but that's the next thing to do, to set the action, and you do that with a tremolo system. You want to make sure that that's nice and flat and level when it's at concert pitch, and then you can adjust the individual tail pieces. So that's the A, T.R.A. And then the next one is the I, which is the intonation. So, do you know how to set intonation?
I have done that.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, I have done that.
So you know all about the harmonic on the 12th,
and then you move the saddle back, flatten it, sharpen it.
Exactly. So for anybody that's watching that doesn't know, you should be able to hit a harmonic on the 12th fret and fret out of the 12th fret. And when you put a tuner on it, those two things should be absolutely right on the money. If it's sharp when you fret out, it means that the distance between the 12th fret and the bridge is slightly shorter than the 12th fret and the nut, and the 12th fret should be exactly halfway. So in that case, you want to move the bridge further away so that you make those lengths the same. And similarly, if it's flat, then it means that the bridge is too far back, and so this length is longer than this length. So you just bring the saddle forward a little bit until you get that perfect line on both. So there we are, we've got T-R-A-I, so we've got tune, rod, action, intonation.
So
and then lastly, and I love this. This is great. And as I say, we're stealing this a little bit from my buddy Phil McKnight, but he got it direct from Ron Thorne. I'm pretty sure that Ron would like it shared. And that is to noodle. There's nothing better than playing it and seeing if you're comfortable with it. You might want a little bit more action. In our case, we like a high action.
Is with the whole important there of playing it is that credit to this guitar, and I said it when I was talking about this guitar and a few videos back. Lovely guitar, but it is direct from the Fender showroom in London. So it hasn't been, is it QC'd, in a shop or anything like that?
It's not just that. It may be that the shop is more humid or hotter or colder.
Yeah, so this is just literally from America to the Fender showroom in London to me. So, just to give, to say, it's badly set up, No, it's not. But when I got it, I was like, I liked it, but I was like, it just feels weird. And that's when I tweaked the truss rod a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's a bit better. But it still never felt 100% like, oh, this is super comfy. Now, what you just been, especially I never knew about that.
It's great, isn't it? It's a great little tip. And there's also another tip that you can do to check your your nut height. If you don't need to file your nuts.
Sorry.
Hey, you and your nuts, man. And that is to fret out at the 4th fret, and then you should just be able to get that to ring out as well.
Okay. That's working now.
Okay, that's brilliant, because that means that if the nut was cut too low...
Oh, but this has got quite a high nut, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it's not a bad... It doesn't push it out of tune. Yeah. But the thing is, if you do that and you find that it's fretting out, then the nut is too deeply cut because it's hitting some of these other frets. So that is quite a high nut, but actually it doesn't seem to affect tuning stability on open chords. So it's obviously that the frets are quite high as well, and they do look quite high.
Yeah, quite jumbo, yeah. Considering my old Strat Plus, the frets are so flat to the point I can't play at the moment. That's why I haven't used it in any videos, I haven't gigged it, or it's just I'm thinking about it when I'm playing. Yeah. And the worst thing you want to do when you play guitar is think. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
So
it's just a natural
I haven't been able to use it for a while.
So based on the fact that what I've just told you,
yes,
no need for me to set this up, is there? Come on, let's do it. You do it.
Mummy, I'll give you this then. You got to touch.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Oh, to focus.
Oh yeah, I'm saying to a YouTuber how to use a camera. Right. So going by what you're saying, so it's very apparent that when I'm here, there's no noise going on there.
So there's not enough relief.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if I turn it and put it between my legs. Michael. Okay. So I want to put it in here.
Yeah. Now, which way do you want to turn it to take?
So left.
Lefty loosey.
Lefty loosey, but I mean, because it's different, so this way, isn't it? Yeah,
that's right. It's exactly the right way. So I would only ever move a truss rod about a quarter of a turn and then check it again. Yeah,
just doesn't feel like it's clicked in there. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So I'm going to do just a little, like, say...
Quarter turn.
Yeah,
so pretty much from the 6th string to the 1st string.
Okay, so about that?
Perfect. And then just pop it back up on your lap and check it again. You can leave that in.
Oh, really?
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
All right, so it's probably out of tune. Oh, I can...
Not too far out. Minor adjustment. No, lay it on your lap.
You know what? It does feel a bit different.
Yeah, lay it on your lap and do the...
that in there. It's more of a note.
Close, isn't it?
So
it's
a
close.
Smidge more, shall we?
The tiniest little smidge. Yeah, I would do half of what you just did.
Yeah, let's see if I can get it to... Oh, there we go. So just probably that.
Yeah. That's good. Okay,
let's do that first, shall we?
There you go, she's ringing.
Wow.
So it was only very, very marginally out.
So we probably did...
Next thing you want to do is tune it up again, though. Tune it to pitch.
What's the first string like, yeah?
That's ringing.
That's all right.
That's ringing. You want to tune it?
Oh, I got one of these, yeah.
The Batman tuner.
My girlfriend plays with this all the time. She just loves it.
That's what she said. How many of those are we going to get in today?
I don't know, Right, but no, just playing it there.
You felt it.
And that's I'm just, I just play. Wow, it just feels so much tighter.
That better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
A plectrum there. Yeah, no, it definitely... Wow. Oh my God.
And it sings out now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad before, but did you play it before? I can't remember.
I did, yeah.
See if you can feel the difference.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
Even before I play it.
It does, doesn't it?
Really rings.
Wow.
Actually, have you checked the intonation on this?
I haven't, mate. No.
No, I think we might have to finish the job.
I wouldn't be at all surprised it's a little bit out. But that is, wow. So, when a lot of times people, especially from teaching people and stuff, and you get, oh, I found I get a new guitar, my guitar's, I was like, well, first of all, you change the strings on it.
For sure.
And I'll be holding it and it'll be some dirty old, year-old strings, you know.
How many of my guitars have you picked up today that have got the original strings on?
Well, yeah, they all feel a bit yucky. They all feel a bit yucky, but yeah, but
so there's the harmonic.
That's not bad. Oh, it should be,
Yeah, go for it. That's
for the
cool.
kids.
So actually, let's get that, there we go. And then,
Yeah.
and if you look at that, that's slightly sharp. So that means that the gap here is shorter than the gap here. So what we need to do is we need to grab a screwdriver and we need to move this just slightly back.
Back a little bit.
Which I will do for you. Oh,
cheers,
take
big
that
guy.
with me. Again, this does need to be tuned for those that haven't done this before. It does need to be tuned between each adjustment as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So what we want to do is we want to make sure this is coming back. Now that should be that we tighten this a touch. In fact, I'll just loosen that string off a bit so that we don't. Can you hear that going
Yeah,
up?
you can hear it, yeah.
Okay, so I've done 2 or 3 turns there because, let me point that to the camera so you can see it. There we go, that's nearly on. And there you go, that E string is now perfectly intonated. Have a quick look at the others. That's D's actually the other way.
Oh, just slightly, yeah.
The E's fine, the A's slightly sharp, the D is flat, the B's perfect, and but we'll do that off camera.
Yeah.
I'll do all of the intonation for you as well, but that's literally how you do the intonation, because once you know that rule, that gap there needs to be the same as that gap there, that's why you do the harmonic and the fret out. And it's pretty easy to remember how it works, because the shorter the string, the higher the pitch. That's how come as we shorten the string going up, it makes a higher pitch. It's exactly the same principle. So if it's shorter there, it'll be a higher pitch, it'll be sharp. If it's longer there, then it needs to be, it'll be a lower pitch, it'll be flat. So quite simply, just keep tuning it up, put it into, until they're exactly the same. So there we go, that's the intonation. And then of course you've got to do the noodle.
Train. But you can feel it straight away, can't you?
Beautiful. I mean, that already feels much better. And I'll tell you one thing as well. I think that once the intonation's spot on, because it is a little way out,
it is a bit.
This guitar will feel 10 times better. At least your bridge is nice and level. It's floating.
Yeah, I purposely left it floating. It's nice. It feels like a shorter arm on this as well.
Yeah.
And
are you happy with the string height? Because again, another thing that is quite useful to know: most guitar fretboards are radiused. As you'll be aware, this is probably a 12-inch radius or possibly a 9-inch radius, not sure of this exact model. But if you notice as well, that's why you can adjust the bridge heights, because they are radiused as well. So the middle ones are higher than the outside ones to account for that radius on the fretboard. And that can make a huge difference. Often very, very underrated, the action, setting the action on the guitar. And when you get it right, and that radius is perfect with the strings, it means that everything stays in tune, everything's where it's meant to be, and it'll be easier to play because you'll be putting the same pressure almost, or at least the same distance travel on the string from being fretted and not being fretted.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Basic
Thanks, China Guitar, mate.
That's an absolute pleasure and a joy, my friend. You want this back? I can see you.
It's
you're like a mother without his child.
I'm not used to being on camera without a guitar. It feels kind of weird. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm never on camera without a guitar these days because I need to lose about 40 pounds from my ankles. And this guitar, or when I put the guitars in front of me, nobody can see that little tummy that I've developed.
That's it.
And also, one thing that we are doing today, of course, is we are playing authentic.
We are playing authentic. We're playing authentic Fender Stratocasters.
That's right. I've got the 50th anniversary reissue. And
very Buddy Holly-esque.
It's exactly that, single tone burst, and you have got this beautiful.
Yeah, she's the lovely one. Yeah, the American Performer, and I love the colour of this. It's a very pretty guitar. and feels a lot better. And I can never pronounce the pickup's name.
Yosemite.
When I did it, people I think it's a California park, I believe.
It is indeed, yeah. Nice sound, isn't it?
But
you can hear that rings out beautifully.
Yeah, definitely.
With your Ernie Ball strings.
Exactly, always.
I know what these ones are. I know on the Glary I've put Kurt Mangan's on that, but...
Oh, yeah.
It rings quite nice as well.
Yeah, it does. I can hear a difference actually a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Bit more bassier.
Yeah, I think that this is an ash body, whereas I think yours is...
Oh, it must be elder.
I think it's an alder body. It looks like an alder grain in that, whereas this is ash. Not that we're going to go into the tone wood debate, because there are a million things that affect tone before wood does, but certainly construction, they're very similar. Both got a back skunk stripe.
Yeah, that neck reminds me very much of my Telecaster.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. It's a nice thick neck. I like a nice thick neck. That's what she said.
This guy, This guy.
Where's that coming from?
No, thanks so much, man. No, I finally, as I say, after 23 years, when I started playing guitar when I was 6 months old.
Get him, eh? So it's easy to remember the acronym is T.R.A.I.N. So really easy. And I've just trained you how to do it.
You have. Tune, rod, action, what's that? Intonation, and
most importantly,
noodle.
Pot noodle from China, for sure. Such a bad joke.
Oh, there's always one. Well, thank you so much. I now understand. Hopefully you understand. And if you want to understand more, I'll put a link to China Guitar Sceptic's YouTube channel in the description box. Probably just under a link where you can buy some t-shirts. Eh? Just under a link you can get some, which I should have worn.
I should have brought me one.
I should. That was a rookie mistake there. I'll send some in the post. When our next come out, it's an excuse.
What do you want to see next, guys? That's what we really want to know, because we are looking to do some more stuff.
We are. Now, it's a very good shout. We are actually, yeah. We're thinking of starting a new little thing, aren't we?
Little thing together. We're not telling either of our other halves that we're starting a little thing together.
No.
But we are. And so, what do you want to see?
Yeah, is there anything, do you want to see, like, do you like this kind of tech talk stuff? Before I showed you some little lick lessons,
you give me lessons and I give you lessons on the tech stuff. It's such a mutually beneficial thing. Synergy, man.
Synergy.
We should call ourselves the Synergy Brothers.
We should. Yes, that's the name of the YouTube channel, the Synergy Brothers. But no, if there's anything in particular, what more importantly, you want to do. All the time. Any YouTuber wants to do something what no one else is doing, because there's a lot of people out there now. So making sure you always keep into your own thing,
We're on the money. We're on the right path.
Absolutely, man. But so let us know if you like this kind of stuff. Please let me know in the comment section below, and me and China Mike will be taking note of your notes. It's usually at this point when I realise I need to end the video as I'm rambling. But no, thanks very much. Thanks to you, man.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
The Strat is feeling better. I felt it straight away.
It's a beautiful guitar, my friend. It really is.
Yeah, she's cool. She's very nice.
Beautiful.
And you can do the whole telly sounds of it. Well, telly S sound. So
we should do a demo of that. I'd love to demo.
Yeah, I'll have to plug it from the amp, haven't we? So you can hear it. Anyway, love you lots. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you very, very soon. He's been China Guitar Mike. I've been Mike Bradley. See you soon. Bye! The devil's on my side. Talking to myself again.